Hello everyone and welcome back to Canada and beyond. If you are new to this channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Please make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you are someone who is looking to move to Canada and want to know a lot of immigration options, if you want to learn about Canadian immigration and how the whole process works, and if you want to know what are the new immigration programs that Canada is offering, hit that subscribe button because you are going to get a lot of information in this channel. We also show you how we are living in Canada through our vlogs. So with that being said, let's jump into today's topic, which is your resume and cover letter. This is a very imperative topic if you are looking to land a good job in Canada, because good resume and good cover letter can definitely make or break the deal. There are a number of job fairs that I have done with my current company, and during these job fair, one thing I noticed that people are not really putting a lot of effort to build their resume and cover letter. But I need to emphasize on this topic that this is very important, that you take some time and put some effort so that employer can immediately call you for the interview and the next steps. I have also noticed that there are very good candidates, very well-worthy candidates. They are best suited for the position and the job company is offering, but since they are not able to describe that in their resume, therefore they don't usually land the job. Have they put some time and effort building their resume and showcasing their skills, they will have a better chances of getting the job in the company they want to go. Alright, I think now enough of me talking. Let's jump into computer and ask Jihan what is the good resume looks like. When Jihan was looking for a job, she created a very good resume that helped her in getting the job of her choice immediately. So let's turn over to Jihan.
Hello everyone, so thanks for tuning in. Today I'll be discussing with you how I created my resume that got me a lot of good opportunities in the IT market. A little bit about myself, about my career. I'm a software engineer. I started my education in computer science back in my country, in Tunisia. And then I finished it in US, Wisconsin. And then I started working there, and then I moved to Canada and did some work here too. So this is my resume, and this is like a very standard organized type of resume. It's not clutter, and I need to tell you that you see these headings, they're very specific. You need to, because like a resume is like what like it's everything you are for the employer, and it will literally take him less than 5 to 10 seconds to take a look and decide, is this person worth my time? Is it worth my time to take a look and go through his resume or her resume, or no, it's too much, it's not organized, and I'm not gonna waste the time for it? Because for one job, there will be thousands of people applying, at least in the IT market. Honestly, every time I apply for a job, there is at least 2,000 people have already applied for that job. So you need to stand out in the crowd. And this type of resume I have worked with before with an IT recruiter for a special career, the person who help you with your career and everything. You actually pay them, and then they help you create the best resume out there with all these tactics, with the specific wording and everything, so that when an employer look at it, it kind of hook them up, and then they actually finish reading it. So most people, you'll see their resume, like they'll start with a bunch of stuff over here, and that really what takes the employer, like they just gonna go out, it just gonna clicks out of them. Because remember, whoever is reading your resume is not the IT person, or it's not the marketing design person, or whatever is your career. Whoever's reading your resume is the HR lady or person, is the HR person who literally just knows nothing but, you know, hiring people, right? Like they're not specific in any of these like these career path or anything. You know, when you start your resume here and just kind of showing off and I did this and I did that, they're like, okay, but what does that mean, right? So that's why, like, it's very encouraged to start your resume with a very nice and kind of English word paragraph, right? So this is like the highlight of yourself. Who are you? What are your specialties? If you're a multilingual speaker, if you have like that's something that stands out, you should be putting it here, you know. So for me, I'm a strong analytical problem solver, software developer with high commitment to putting quality first and delivering first-class solution, a team player, work effectively and efficiently with others. This is what an HR person understands, right? And then you go to the specialties. So the specialties here, you can put everything that you are special at, because even though the HR person wouldn't understand what Java, what C#, what, I don't know, Azure or AWS, they would still have this in their the job description, so they can see and match. And you know, and I encourage everyone, whoever trying to apply for a specific job, always try to tweak your resume depending on that specific job. You know, for example, if you know that this job they are asking for, let's say, a Java developer or like someone like that, right? Try to put the first words are like your first specialties, whatever they have in the job description, so they can quickly make that match right away. So that's like a pro tip right there. Do not put so many things. Like for me, I remember this is actually not my recent resume that I got this job with. This is like a 2-year-old, I think like a 2-job-old resume. I just really added this stuff quickly from my LinkedIn just kind of to show you. But let me find my other resume. So this is the resume that I got, the version that I got my recent job with. As you can see, I've added my certificate. I'm a certified AWS developer. I kept the same highlight, that small word, that small paragraph that introduce yourself. And then I added more items here, because I know the job that I'm applying for, they need an AWS developer. So I added like DynamoDB, RDS, PostgreSQL, more stuff, like, you know, to be more specific to that job. So now back to my other, back to this resume. Okay, so start your resume with just like the highlight of, like the biggest header should be your name, so that it kind of stays with them, like, oh, they know this person has this resume. Because trust me, so many times I have been in job interview and they would call me Ben, for example, because that's the only like easy Americanized name they would understand. And then they're like, I cannot find your resume, like where is it? Because they just kept on remembering that there is this Ben, right? And so make sure your name is big and nice and black and, you know, bold and everything. And then you would put your city and state or province. Do not put like your full address. That is not required and it's not professional. And then put your phone number. You don't need to put your email address because they already have it by the time you are already applying and sending your resume, they have it, it's just a redundant, and it will look like it will be like a whole long line here. So your name, city and address, city, and your phone number, and then the highlight version. The second header, you see, like these are my headers, right? So make sure they are kind of the same level, they have the same spacing, like that specific organizing and everything, same color, same format, everything. And then you want to start with your most recent job first, and then like go to the latest, right? So for me, for example, I'm currently working as software engineer in ResMed Inc. I'm working from home, but my office is based in Halifax, even though it's a global company, but the branch that I work with is the Halifax. So you would put the time you start and then current, if you are still current with this job, okay? And then, you will have your headers, you will have your bullet points, and just really describe in a simple sentence what you are doing in this specific role. So I have my previous job as an example, for the sentence and everything. So this is my previous job, and the time I started, the time I started, and the time I ended with. And always start with your role. What are you doing? And then the company that you work with, and the city that it's based in. So your role, for example, here, one of my Wisconsin, US job. A simple sentence here, like programmer and lead for converting a legacy application to a modern platform, create endpoints in the cloud to access data from the truck, for example, like very, very plain English wording. Do not like go like very specific to your career path, or like add like very exact words that it's only known in your industry. That is like it's for the HR person who is gonna do the first contact with you, they might not understand as much. But for me, like you see, I'm using DynamoDB, I'm using Cognito, IoT Core. These things would have been already, the only reason I added these, because in the job description, they were already asking for DynamoDB, Cognito, IoT Core for like the skill set. So you can you would need to read your job description, see what are the words that stands out, and then you can use those in your in this section here for the skill set. If you are trying to use like a very specific word, do not do that. I don't encourage you for it. All these words, I already have them. And then again, so like the latest to then we have the other section. I call it leadership. So here you would put whatever, like say community service you did, whatever things you have done that it's related to your job career, but you're not getting paid for it. So it kind of shows them how team player you are, how person, like it shows them like some of your personality, right? Oh, this person, like for me, for example, oh, this person is Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society. This is like International Honor Society means that only people with the highest GPA can get invited to this society. So that kind of told them that Jihan is already like one of those nerd people per se. Like Jihan have a good GPA, even though she was capable of doing her studies and still being involved with her university and everything. So like find those things that you did, maybe a side project that you worked on as a volunteer for your community, or like some sort of internship you did, something like that gonna help them again connect your resume with the personality. So keep in mind that whoever is reading this resume, they are trying to build that connection because they didn't see you yet. They're trying to build that personality and trying to decide, is it good to go with or not? Because again, they're not just looking for someone to do the job to that specific industry or whatever. For like, they're not just looking for a software engineer, they're also looking for someone who can work effectively with a teammate, for example, or bring up new ideas, something like that. So this leadership section, it's where you can show that I'm not just a software engineer, I'm also like a volunteer, I love helping people, I do stuff like this. And then you see how I put education way at the bottom, because when you already have job experience, they only look at the job experience. They're not gonna care about what did you study in college, or what type of degree you did, or I don't know. They don't really care. This is the standard in Canada and America. Maybe in our country they will say, oh, you have a master or whatever, then you gonna get a good job. Here people only care about the experience. So that's why your job experience, it has to go second after that highlight. It has to go second, because if they already see that this person has worked in different leading company, like worked as a programmer, a software engineer, and blah blah blah, obviously they are like, okay, she probably have a degree, right? So it's just, you put it there at the bottom, and then always put your highest degree always on the top. So even though, for example, I got my recent degree was the software developer from US in 2019, I still put my bachelor degree in computer science in 2017 first, because this is a bachelor degree and this is an associate degree. So again, bachelor degree is highest. You always put your highest education level above. And then I have this section too. So again, I worked on some different projects that are like, time limit, or like I did them in university, stuff like that. This might not really relate to everybody in the industry, but it's nice to also have like a project section where like, this is a product that you actually worked on from A to Z, and you built it, or you did it, or like, say for example, you are an accountant, you created, I don't know, some sort of a dashboard that shows this and that, like right away. And this again could be like job related, like product that you created in your job, For me, these are like all were internship. But for you, for example, if you created some sort of a system or some sort of a product, even within your job, then this is a good place to put that product and kind of get more, put more details on it. And again, always make sure that whatever you are putting in your resume is connected to whatever job description you are trying to put. So it's not like, I'm applying for a customer service rep, but I'm talking about like my photography habits or my I don't know, like IT stuff, like that's not related, right? So always keep that in mind. So yeah, this is a sample resume. I'll try to attach it to like share the drive, or maybe text, maybe comment, and then I will send it in an email. I don't really want to share it in a Google Drive. So whoever really wants a copy of their resume, I can send it to them via email or text or something. And now we're going to talk about the cover letter. I have an example. So I'm going to show you the second portion I'm going to talk about is the cover letter. So as soon as you apply for a job, you would be sending your resume. Usually they would have a spot for you to put your cover letter. If not, you can just kind of send it to whoever email you next. Like you apply, they send you an email, then you can send it to this person, right? The hiring manager. So this is also another template. This is actually for Osman. Here again, you would talk about like how excited you are and this and that, and talk about yourself. In the second paragraph, you kind of get more specific to your job experience. What did you do? And then yeah, like, thank you for communicating with me, blah blah blah, and then put your phone number, and yeah, just feel free to text me or something. This is basically it kind of like, again, like, summarize whatever you have in your resume in like a nicer way of plain English, for like an HR person to understand. It's also very standard to have the cover letter, so make sure you always attach it with your resume. Sometimes I applied for a job where, like, on their website they only have the resume spot, so I kind of attach both of them at the same time. It doesn't hurt, it's nice to have. So this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to comment down below if you have any sort of questions or anything. Again, I'll be happy to send these documents to whoever comment down and they want it, because I don't really want to send them, like, put them public for everyone. So whoever wants them, I'll be happy to send them. And as again, make sure to subscribe, comment, like, and follow on Instagram if you want.